so bright out, I can't tell if I can't hardly see my LCD viewfinder. You see. Okay, the sliding board. Okay. So, there's a rock to the left. Upright, okay. Probably good. Right there. It's about 8:12 in the morning. June 18th. I only got about 2 hours sleep, so I thought I better stretch my back and try to revive myself. Nobody here. That's good. Sun's out. Here comes the chemtrails. Fucking bastards. That jet is about 20,000 feet above the ground. It maybe 15. Usually jets run about 30 or 40,000 feet above the ground when they fly across country. So bright I can't even see my camera. I can't even see it. I hope I got this. Looks like a missile almost. The front of it. Here we go. There's one. If you look real close, there's two. Contrails disappear after about 10 seconds. That's still there. See? Nobody gives a shit. Very few people give a shit, let alone pay attention. They're sheep. It's sheep. Huh. Anyway, I'll keep my eyes on it. It's already getting hot out here. 8:18. God, it rained twice yesterday. A monsoon at Kroger, flooding down the street. Then it got cold. Well, it's rained. Then a couple hours later, it was hotter than hell. I was like, come on. I shut my air conditioning off. I had to go home and turn back on. I still can't see the image. I can barely see anything. It's so bright. Putting a little bit of zoom on there because I noticed that it picks up my voice better. I think I did it right. That camera keeps on shutting itself off. I'm not sure what's wrong. What's going on? Maybe it fills up with the memory, but it's supposed to wipe it clean when you remove the videos and pictures. So maybe I need a new card. What do they call this damn thing? A memory stick or memory card, I guess. Because that's got a 2 gigabyte card. That's probably what I just need I need an 8 or 16. That's all it is. It's a memory. It's filling up too quick. Because a video like this, well, 15 minutes of video is about 2 gigabytes. Believe it or not, that's not easy to upload to YouTube. It takes all day, half a day. Huh? Imagine that. Just made the connection. And batteries, you gotta worry about the batteries. The only way I can tell is if the lens goes back in. It doesn't always go back in. let's talk about time. Time. Ever notice when you, as you get older, time seems to go quicker for some reason? Older yet, you, the older you get, the older you get, quicker time goes, right? Well, almost everybody, if not everybody, everybody experiences the quickening of time when they look back upon your life at things. You know what causes that? I do. I figured it out back in 1974 or 75 maybe. Probably about let's say it's at 75 because I'm not sure now. I was a psychology student, studying everything I could, all the masters, Don Juan, all that kind of stuff. Pyramid Zen Society. So it must have been 75. What causes time to move faster? Is there a word for it? I couldn't figure out a word for it, a phrase for it. So I did. I coined a phrase. Back then, 30, 40 years ago. Wow, imagine that, 40 years ago. Wow, 40 freaking years ago. Boy. When you're born, the first couple years of life, man, right. Everything that you experience is new. You know, uh, you're constantly evolving and learning things. Everything's unique, just about everything. You know, it's not familiar. Because there's no landmarks. Everything's a landmark in your memory, in your being. And as you get older, there's less landmarks. The landmarks of experience. That's a phrase that I coined back in 1975. As far as I know, nobody ever coined a phrase for it. So I did. Let me give you an example. During Operation Desert Shield, I was on the Independence. It's a big aircraft carrier. Bony butt. And it seemed like hell. We were on station for about 123 days in the Gulf, the Persian Gulf, Straits of Hormuz. We had to stop Saddam Hussein from invading Kuwait any further with our jets and our power. We had to show how mighty we were. The United States was. The United States, because I was representing the United States. But anyhow, the whole time you're doing that, there's hardly no air conditioning. It was a living hell. Always afraid of being gassed by Hussein with poisonous gas. We had general quarters almost every day, sometimes 12, 14 hours. You had to wear a gas mask. Couldn't eat, no water. And I was in port steering, a death trap. I was sealed in, no way out. If we were ever hit by a missile there or some explosive weapon, I'd be dead. No chance of survival. No way out. You can only open it from above or below. You couldn't open it from inside. They sealed you in. But anyhow, when that Westpac, when that tour was over, I looked back and it seemed like hell. It seemed like it took forever. But the first day I was on shore was Singapore. I was on the first boat. Thanks, Master Chief Farmer and E Division. I was the one chosen to leave the ship early on the first boat. Thank you. That meant a lot. But you look back, and sure enough, wow. You couldn't remember anything. Now, a few highlights. That was it. The highlights, like one day a month, or once every 2 weeks, a low memory of court-martials of other people, for example. Bad things and good things. But that's what you remember. The landmarks of experience. And the older you get, the less landmarks of experience you have. That's why time seems to go quicker. Seems to go quicker. There's no memory. There's nothing to reference your mind to and your memory to anymore. Very little, except for the landmarks of experience. And when you get older, years later, that was 25 years ago. Huh. Right, Master Chief? Right. 1990. We left on the summer solstice of 1990. Might have been the day after. June 21st, 22nd. Close enough. But, that's what causes time to go faster when you get older. It's not that time itself is moving faster. You don't have anything to reference to, or not as much. Can't argue that, can you? Happens to all of us. There's nothing unique, nothing new, nothing novel. Time wave 0. Terence McKenna. When time stops, time wave 0, who knows what's going to happen? Based on the I Ching. I can't remember what else anymore. Not right now. Not when you get 2 hours of sleep. Kind of hard. For 3 days in a row. I need reinforcements. I can't work as a team, a military-like team, without reinforcements. I need a team. I need people I can trust, have confidence in. We can help make this world a better place to live. Who's with me? A lot easier to juggle when you're part of a good, strong team. Close sesame. Please.